Good afternoon, everybody. My name is EonShiKeno, and I'm going to finish casting our Go for SC2 finals right here between Mao's Hasu as the Protoss player versus Liquid HayprO as the Zerg player. So this is, of course, this game number 4. I casted games 1 through 3 yesterday and ran out of hard drive space, so had to get these done today. So it looks like we had some observers who were lagging who didn't leave. Looks like they left now. Anyway, let's check out what type of build orders we got going on here. So HayprO looks like he's going to go for a typical 14 pool or 14 hatch. We'll see what he goes with there. And Hasu chrono boosting his workers, getting a gate on 12 more than likely right here. Yep, here it comes on 12. We are on Metalopolis, of course. Cross map spawning positions. And looks like HayprO is going to figure that out pretty soon. Usually what Protoss players like to do is scout one side with the Overlord and then send out a drone the other direction just to get there twice as fast. Because it's really critical for a Protoss, or sorry, for a Zerg player to know if they're going to have to deal with a situation where, you know, a Zerg player is spawning here and they're against a Protoss player who's spawning here. That definitely changes their playstyle, and it's something he's going to have to know pretty soon. So he lays down his hatchery after his pool. So it looks like we had a 14 hatchery, 15, or sorry, 14 pool, 15, or 15 hatchery. There we go, got it. And then there we go, there's that drone scout. He's going to go up here and more than likely check to see what he's up against. So making one Zealot, probably going to have, yeah, standard build for Hasu here, a Zealot, Sentry, Stalker build. You're going to see that second gas pop up right there. And this probe with those minerals in hand is attacking away at that hatchery. Not going to do much damage. Those lings come out, fight it off. So we have a kind of late gas for this build. He's not going to have any speedlings out too early, but with this map distance, that's not really too important. So it looks like they're having more lag, and they paused and one more player left, so hopefully that'll improve the game for them. So getting Cybernetics Core, we'll see if Hasu decides to go with a one base play here, or if he's going to switch it up and go for an expansion, trying to equal the economy of HayprO. HayprO transferring some workers over here. He has one queen out, and the second queen is about to pop. So laying down a creep tumor, very important. You definitely have to connect these two bases as a Zerg player. If you're excuse me, if you're going to fast expand, you have to have a creep tumor here to connect these bases, because it is extremely important to have that speed to be able to go from base to base to defend. And of course, vice versa, if you're a Protoss player and you're attacking, and they have a lot of their army in here, and you push up, just force field the ramp right here, and you'll have free reign to kill whatever's left out down here. So HayprO's complaining about lag right now. It's like there's still about 6 people observing, so because of the lag, they may be playing a little more defensively this game. And that's what it looks like Hasu's doing. He's going to lay down a forge and a pylon and then an expansion. Metabolic boost coming out a little bit later. Not a big deal. He's going to bring these 2 lings out here just to look at the units of Hasu and check out this expansion, see if he's going to be fighting an expansion. More than likely we'll see HayprO put up another expansion very soon, his 3rd base after seeing this expansion. He has pretty good saturation so far. He could use about 3 or 4 more right there. And here we have this drone working over here. See if he's going to expand or if he's going to go scout. He may put a hidden expansion up here. Yep, there it is. He's going to hide an expansion up here. He's going to hide his 3rd. There he is, taking his 3rd after seeing this second expansion, or after seeing this expansion from Hasu. It's a very common tactic for Zerg players to just want to have one base up on their opponents because Zerg can make, you know, just a mass amount of workers at any point. It's really easy for them to lay down an expansion and then instantly build, you know, half the workers they need for that to start saturating it, so they don't have to constantly build workers like Terran and Protoss do all the time just to keep up with production. So we've got a lot of Lings out here. We'll see if he's going to try a run by, but I think there's too many forces for him to actually do anything here. There's a photon cannon. He may get one probe. Gets one probe, but he looks like he's going to lose four zealots, or sorry, 4 speedlings. But he didn't make him waste 4 force shields, or 3 force shields. Force fields. Yeah, getting tongue-tied this morning. And another photon cannon being placed down here in the back. He's got a nice wall off in this back area. He just has this little area to deal with right here. And oh, HayprO's got his units on hold position. He's going to lose them. I wasn't paying attention. Looks like he was too busy doing some transfers. So let's see what kind of tech we're going to have here coming up. So we're going to have attack upgrades. We've got 2 gateways, 3 gateways, 4 gateways. We've got 4 gateways in Twilight Council. I'm going to pretty much guess this guy's getting Blink based on every other game he's played in this matchup. He loves Blink, especially on Lost Temple. We saw some excellent Blink micro. His control of the Stalkers for that game was incredible. So HayprO with some more Lings out and getting double gas off here. So yep, there's the Mutas. He has such high gas saturation right now. Usually whenever a Zerg player is going to go Mutas, you will usually see that at their third base, they'll just mainly focus on gas. Gas will be their primary reason for getting that third up so they can make a bunch of Mutalisks you can see coming out right now. So if you are a Terran player or a Protoss player, or even a Zerg player for that matter, if you see a Zerg player with a third base focusing on gas, you can pretty much expect Mutas. Hydras and Roaches aren't that really it's not that big of a deal to have 6 gas. I mean, they could be tech into Ultralisks, and of course you need 6 gas, but more than likely it's Muta. So we got a hallucination Phoenix doing some scouting. Those things are extremely underused. I usually see people, this is even really high level players, they'll use them at the beginning of the game, do a little bit of scouting, use it like once or twice, and then just completely forget about it for the whole rest of the game. I think as this game progresses and people get better, they'll be using hallucination Phoenixes all the time throughout the entire game to scout stuff. And it looks like we already have the Blink research, and he's going to start harassing again. Shift-click blinking down here. Very nice move. And with that one Phoenix out, he used that as a scouter up here to give himself vision to blink up there. So Hasu is aware of the third base, and we'll see what he's going to do to counter that. Is he going to expand again? Looks like he's going to be researching some Storm, so he's sticking to the same unit composition for the most part that he did in his Lost Temple game, which is a Stalker Storm combination. And look what HayprO's kind of changing it up a little bit. It looks like he's just going to mass Muta and get lots of upgrades for his Muta. He's already got 1 attack upgrade, so those things will be doing 10 damage with a range of 3, and he's already getting the armor upgrade. So the couple Stalkers here, looks like he's got, oh, it's a statue, get out of there. So it looks like with about 14 Stalkers, he's just going around doing a little poking, picking off units here and there. Very nice play. This Creep Tumor slowly pushing across the map. Creep Tumor's not as important whenever you're using Mutalisks, but still important nonetheless. Looks like we're going to have a fight here, trying to fly over there. These Stalkers are running away. I think they are outmatched now by all these Mutas. There are so many Mutas right now. Yes, these Stalkers are completely outnumbered. And Storm is finished, but it looks like he's switching that into an Archon to have some more AA. I guess he didn't have enough energy to cast a Storm, so he figured he would just transform it into an Archon to be able to deal some more damage. So he's just leaving these sentries here and these zealots in base just for defense against any Ling run by. And you see these Stalkers largely running out by themselves, doing the harassment. And just leaving the rest of his army in base, because if he decides to push out with Stalkers and, you know, an Archon, he would have more damage, but it would be far less versatile. You would see him blinking up and down cliffs and the Archon just being left out in the rain, and at that point it's just too much to have to micro this whole amount of Stalkers plus 1 Archon or any other units that just don't have blink capability. So those Lings don't have a chance against those Stalkers, and they're going to have to get out of there. I'm not quite sure if you did see that expansion. Yeah, that was perfect timing by him. You saw that expansion just be built. So HayprO is aware of the 3rd expansion. Oh, and we actually have some mutas from here taking out some buildings. He probably took out a pylon there or a photon cannon. 2 more Templars being warped in, and mutas coming in doing some harassing. So HayprO definitely on the offensive this game with these mutas. Oh, there's going to be some crazy storms right there. Oh no, he saved it. Hasu's probably assumed that the mutas were ready for it, and he was just going to juke it out anyway. So he's going extensively mutas. We have so many mutas out on the map right now. Let me check the unit tab right now. We've got 33 mutas. Wow. That is a lot of mutas. And getting the level 2 attack upgrade, man, he is completely sticking with mutas this game. And Storm going down a little bit, doing quite a bit of damage there actually. Didn't even manage to kill the pylon. So this 3rd base, did this actually get picked off? It looks like I missed that. So this necklace was being built a little while ago. Maybe those Lings came in. These Lings may have came in and killed that whenever these Stalkers went back to base. That's more than likely what happened because these Lings are over here. It looks like they're going to get ready to come back. Ooh, we actually may have a fight coming here. It looks like these mutas and Lings are going to hit this expansion and take out these Stalkers. This is going to be a great fight for HayprO. He's going to do so much damage right now. These Stalkers have nothing to do but to blink away. He is warping into... oh, a High Templar gets warped in, and it was like milliseconds away from casting a storm on all those units, but it does go down with focus fire during its warp in. Stalkers now with the aggression, but I don't think they have the units to deal with this. Oh, Storm is easy to get out of there. With those numbers of mutas against these numbers of Stalkers, those mutas can win, but the factor here is the High Templars. If he can get those storms off, if he has enough energy to do those storms. So Hasu in complete defensive mode right now is forced to just warp in High Templars any place these mutas are harassing, but those High Templars are just falling left and right, and this muta harass is going extremely well for him this game. You can see up here he's even got a 4th base, very decent saturation. He really needs to put those on gas. As you can see, his gas is really low and his minerals is really high. Oh, very good storm right there. A little late on the uptake. Loses the Nexus, loses a lot of probes, loses many High Templars, and Hasu is really on the defensive right now. So many mutas being warped in, and he has not yet started his next upgrade. But he definitely needs to switch those to gas. As you can see, he has 300 or 3,000 minerals. He could easily start taking every single expansion in the base, which I think at this point is a wise move with all his money. He could just be massing Mutalisks and Lings. So with all that money, he should probably throw down like 1 or 2 extra hatcheries just for larvae and just start massing Lings, because at this point he is mostly worried about Stalkers. He can do a lot of harass with Lings. And Hasu is going on the offensive now. He's tired of playing defense. He's going to try and change the tide of the fight here. But HayprO is taking out this expansion, so Hasu's down to 1 base mining with way too many probes in there for saturation, but he should probably take a couple of these and just have them distance mine up here to be far more efficient. So we have a lot of spine crawlers up here and a lot of Lings. Going to try and do some defense here, but I don't think we're going to have enough units. These mutas are going to have to come back. After cleaning out this base, the mutas are back in action, heading back to one of their expansions to try and defend here. There are a lot of spine crawlers. Those spine crawlers are definitely keeping these Stalkers at bay. He could run up and storm right there on those units. He hasn't yet. He's probably saving that for the mutas. And with the Mutalisks, I think he's just going to let it die.